Should women pay for expensive dinners? No. No. That's a man's job. So if you go out and you take a woman that you like and that you feel, and the dinner come to $200, chuck it up, and make sure you leave a tip for $50, and handle your okay, $100. Tip. Tip. No, it's not balling. It's just a simple fact that you should, no, women shouldn't pay. Like, and we said this before in the last episode, right? Like, there's certain levels of what women are supposed to do, and I still believe today, as we talked today in this other episode, that men are supposed to do. Right. You know what I mean? So if a man is taking a woman out, no, I don't believe a woman should sit there and pay $100, $200, $300 meal for a dude that's supposed to be providing that for her.
Right, but what if she wants to treat you? What if she's like, okay, we do this $200, meal, every week. So she's like, okay, he did the last 3.
Right.
Let me treat him to this meal. I grab a check before you do, and I pay for it. Will that make you feel appreciative, or will that make you feel like, oh, okay, she paid for the meal, let me not, say anything that she paid? Would you feel some type of way that she paid for the meal?
Let me say this. You got a lot of dudes, right, where if they're not aware of something, when men are not aware of something, then they feel some type of way. They actually get in their feelings. But if a man is aware of something, like, hey, because as men, I'm not talking about the boys. Let's separate the boys from the men. No singing.
That's my group, though, y'all.
No, I love. Shout out the boys to men. I always love boys to men. You know what I mean? Like, ain't they the one who sing that song? Yeah.
Uh-oh, go ahead. Sing
No.
line.
You ain't about to do it to me. You ain't about to do it to
sing
me.
a line.
Nope. But I do believe, right, that a woman should not pay for the extra amount of a meal. Now, when you ask me when a woman snatch the bill and say whatever, that depends on what type of woman you have. That's first and foremost. Right? But what I am saying, though, is that a woman should be able to allow her man to know that that's what she's going to do. Like, hey, babe, I know you've been going hard, da-da-da-da-da. Let me take you out today.
Right.
You know what I mean? And no, I like I said, I don't believe that a woman should pay a $200 or $300 check unless y'all done made some money together and life is good what it is. And she like, you know what? This is what it is. Get what the fuck you want. You've done it for me. You done paid all the bills this month. Like, no, I believe men should put in.
No, they
There's
should.
not enough dudes nowadays to put in. You got a lot of fake ass dudes that's like, oh, I'm in a relationship. Oh, that's my girl. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, telling me that's your girl, but you ain't performing as if that's your girl, allows your girl to be snatched.
Right, and that goes back to words versus actions.
Damn right.
Exactly.
Damn right.
Exactly.
And then you got a lot of dudes out here, what they do? They get mad or they get jealous because another guy comes along. No, seriously. Another guy comes along and he actually knows how to treat a woman. Now, whether or not if he was taught or not, he understands the function of how it goes to be with someone.
Exactly.
So then a woman starts answering her phone. Yeah, shout out to the dudes who don't get their phone calls picked up no more and still want that chick. She don't want to fuck with you. But, yeah, back to you, Ray. What I'm saying is that, Ray, don't laugh. I don't laugh, Ray. I'm just saying, because there's a lot of dudes still calling. They calling chicks that don't want to be bothered because another dude done slid in and done showed that woman, hey, this is how I move. Mm-hmm. This is what I do. And they give a demonstration of how they perform or how they behave. Mm-hmm. And the woman say, you know what? She scratch her goddamn head and she comes to the conclusion, you know what? This is how I need to be treated. Exactly. This is how I need to be talked to. This is how I need to be taken out. This is how I move. And until women, and this is my strong belief, until women come across certain people in their lives to realize how they're supposed to be talked to, how they're supposed to be dealt with, then they never learn. Some chose to be locked into that box, thinking that they deserve to be lied to. You call a dude, you trying to get at him or whatever, and you've been dealing with him for a long time, and you thinking, hey, what's up? I got plans. I cooked something. I got a couple little bottles over here. Da 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 da. I got a little kickback going on. Come through. You thinking that dude is supposed to comply with those things. Mm-hmm. But you haven't identified the level of what you and him is on. And that's why this is where this confliction and that conflict comes from. Because until you understand what type of dude you're dealing with, or B, dealing with a level of what you expect from a man, then how the hell can you get the results that you're looking for?
I mean, but in the beginning, though, how do you really know what kind of man he is? If I'm meeting you, you're meeting me. Sure, we have the vibe. The vibe is great. And then later down the road, okay, I'm seeing things I may not like, or I'm seeing things that I might expect from you. But if we don't have that conversation, we don't have that honesty with each other, because we may not be at that point yet, or that timeline that society thinks we're supposed to have, where it's like, okay, you know, you're doing too much for y'all to be 2 weeks in talking, or 2 weeks in, y'all haven't even gone out, or maybe just one date. You know, how do you know where you can have that level of honesty with somebody to say, like, okay, I think we're here. Are we here? Then, like, where do we go from here?
That's the question right there. You're saying you think we're there. Sometimes you have to set the standard.
Right.
This is what I expect. And when a person don't give you what you expect, then at that point you can make a decision whether or not if they fit the caliber of what you're looking
Okay, well
for.
then going back to that though, and I don't mean to cut you off, but
No,
it
you ain't
just
cutting me
rung
off.
a bell.
You're telling me.
Okay, so you said literally, if I see that and it's like, okay, you're not what I expect.
Right.
A couple of episodes ago, you mentioned that okay, you have to nurture. You have to, if you're with a boy, you meet that boy at a time. You have to stay with them, let him grow,
Right.
let him become
Right.
that man that he's supposed to
Right.
be. You just said that it's okay for me to walk away.
Right. But what I'm saying to you is this. Because as men, we lead by example. So I think that a woman been through enough turmoil in her life to be able to determine whether or not if that shoe fits that person. So when you say to me what I said a couple of episodes ago, okay, well, the bottle was more up to here when we were drinking it. Not saying that I've lost direction of the conversation, but just basically saying, you know, now that we're going into detail, yes, you are supposed to allow a person to grow with you, but you're only going to allow that person to grow with you if you're already growing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't plant a motherfucking seed and expect that plant to show face during the time of right after you watered it.
Right.
So when you ask me a question in that manner, I totally understand, because at the end of the day, you're looking for results, you're looking for answers. So, no, you meet someone. I believe in the 3-strike rule. I hope y'all females hear that.
Let's
The
hear it
three,
first,
the,
y'all.
the 3-strike rule. If you lie to me once, then I know you're a lie. If I know you don't tell me you're gonna do something and you don't do it, then now I can't depend on you. That's 2.
That's 2.
Number 3, if you sit and you explain to me about what you want, but you ain't going in a direction that's gonna get you what you want, then now I know you have no direction. That's 3. So what am I gonna